Fala galera, sejam bem-vindos ao meu canal. Espero que vocês tenham gostado do último vídeo. Vamos continuar aqui, ó. Tô apontando pra vocês, pra dona Encreca que está me olhando. Apontar pra cara dela, ó. Enfim, vamos continuar aqui o de...
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here.
Seu equilíbrio interior são duas metades que formam um todo e flui por todas as coisas. Em alguns momentos você pode manifestar seu equilíbrio interior por meio de ações e escolhas de agro. São poucos os que sempre agem da mesma maneira. Entendi.
He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart.
O negócio de ter que esperar o bicho falar para depois ter narração é complicado, hein? Interagir com reféns e santuários psionicos concede pontos psionicos, tá? Enfim.
Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
Tão mais fácil se fosse assim, né? Mas tudo bem. Ponto psiônico desbloqueado. Você ganhou um ponto psiônico usa para desbloquear poderes e mutações. Mais um? Tá, como é que eu vejo isso aí?
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important. Out of date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The myriad. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war.
Eu tô aqui.
The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same.
Aqui?
The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction, to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Vou pra cá.
Out of date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagnis or Myriad. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Myriad is convinced that defeating the World Eaters is the only way the world can be saved, but they've been fought. Out of date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played it.
Tá. A missão atual, tá. Fale com o chifre do Jagre ou dos Myriads, tá. Eu vou pra cá. Tá, eu tenho que botar pontos. Onde que eu coloco o ponto?
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
Não sei, cara. Não sei. Ainda vou ver ainda. Preciso saber que... Tribos. Iríade. Aqui, deve ser aqui, ó. Poderes psionicos aqui. Tá, eu tenho... Posso desbloquear esse. Tá, vou desbloquear esse aqui. Quanto os tanques. Tem um ponto pra esse aqui não, né? Tá. Então beleza. Pra onde que eu tenho que ir aqui? Pra direita. Qualquer coisa reclama com a dona encrenca e é nóis. Opa, tem negócio aqui. Isso. Tá morto. Oba.
It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded.
O que é isso aqui?
Your reserve attack. What a blow! Spot!
Pronto.
This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone.
Bonito, bonito, bonito.
That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know.
Esse aqui.
Let's see.
Meu Deus. Ah, tá, pra viagem rápida. Entendi. É isso, né? Sei lá.
It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Hopes you have patience. The Sifu can't stop himself from talking sometimes. Let's hope this isn't one of those days.
Sibi? Lapfanen aginkalman. Geradna fala hutut mus. Tugai la wute. Karap, la
The
Wute,
Myriad
Galan
tribe
Fonte.
act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu.
Platz,
But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you.
Volo Matati. Der Genkin alle Dubai, but were Yonke.
The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself.
Mus.
He's convinced you've returned for a reason, and is glad you chose to come here.
Get out full of Vasine Habele, Sibi.
There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted.
Fale wala papa, waka Losada, get out work.
The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples.
Galen thinking of what they are. Get out full of Vasine Habele.
Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain.
Hello?
The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions.
Oh, hotin na. The guy la Wute.
Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the Tree of Life.
Get out some more of it?
He was hoping you'd join them. You understand that there's no harm in doing good to others.
But what para misa? Gine afirma Gatano Shobubudo.
The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first.
Vlade tik. Get a dinkin hiram. Schleine for rotna mika.
The Myriad were placed here to fulfill a certain purpose, chosen to unite the tribes and take control of their destiny. The tribes need a firm hand guiding them into the future.
Vlade tik. Gine afirma Gatano Shobubudo.
Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war.
Lapu?
You need to take the struggle to the enemy, or the enemy will bring it to you. When survival is threatened, there's no other option left but war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
What?
You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks.
Sibi. Gela wala click click. Galen thinking of what they are.
Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon.
Vlade tik.
Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again.
Kala banglif jaku denken karamoti.
You were all part of the same tribe once, but without your Muma there as a guide, the disciples turned on each other and formed their own tribes.
Gala wandai.
Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village.
Manes sleng yok. It wuru wusa hat.
Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor.
Kala to FALA kara la wute.
He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good.
Herim denken alvese ane labu kala wante.
Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost,
Olo sekada putu kala wante.
even though it's now a different place from a different time, it is a place that'll make you remember.
Eu que não parar de falar, velho. Caraca. Pera aí. Deixa eu ver se tem como mudar, velho, pra não ter esse negócio, cara. Quantidade de dano, indicadores de inimigo, ligado. Remover marcadores e se aproximar. Bússola, ok. Áudio. Baixar a música. Legenda ligado. Narração. A narração tem que ter. Enfim. Fazer o quê? Pode dar dano encrenca. Sempre. Vamos lá. Primeiro posto avançado. Tá. Vou ter que falar com mais alguém. Ó, senhor. Ah não, só vou ter que sair. Graças a Deus.
Wonders why you can't see how pointless all your efforts are.
Tá. Uma aliança, passe pela caverna. Beleza. Anoiteceu. E a máscara de dormir vai ser usada. Visite a vila onde passou sua infância. Ok. Nada de bichinho? Aquele é o Mump. A evolução não foi boa com eles.
The wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurled.
Que? Caraca! Nossa, eu tô ruim de combo. Nossa, eu tô ruim de combo, hein, velho. Calma aí.
Better beware, that's a mump up up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially. Deformed and unfurled. Head on. Shocking. Who could stand against that? Nice shot.
Ui!
No hope of that with as little energy as you have. Half dead.
Toma, trouxa. Uhul. Subir de nível? Que isso? Cadê? Aqui. Onde é que eu vou? Onde é que eu tô? É força.
All that exercise helps.
Força, cara. Eu tenho pontos de aprimoramento aqui. É que isso? Eita. Mariboca. Ah. Ouch. Tá.
Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer.
Ok.
Let's see.
Literalmente marcou o lugar, velho. Meu Deus.
As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Goop says he always does better whenever he leaves failure behind. He's happy his good mood is infectious. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands Wang Fu is hard. That's why your Muma only has 6 disciples. Doing just one thing helps you get more done in less time. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? There's no better time to do what needs to be done than right now.
Meu Deus. Você pode nadar na maioria das áreas com água. E lentamente perde energia aqui quando está em algumas profundas. Você afoga.
He says that wasn't too bad, was it? At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim. But you need practice. Lots of practice. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. You can never try too hard. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that Wang Fu is in your blood. You should know, practice makes perfect. As long as it doesn't kill you, it'll only make you stronger. She'll see you at the village square. She'll be waiting for you. There will be a surprise for you at the end, too.
Treinando o que for. Treino com sua mãe.
Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. Being nice comes easy for him. That doesn't make it less important.
Cara, eu vou fazer o seguinte, eu vou lendo pra passar mais rápido, porque tá me agoniando. Não sei se vão ficar bom.
Hoping you could help him pick up some
Não dá.
scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He thinks you're truly a kidling. You should look for things
Você deve procurar por coisas recicláveis, não vai demorar até encontrar algumas. Aonde que eu pego isso? Aqui. Aqui.
He wonders what usefulness you found. Sometimes he's an expert, but sometimes he just does what's right. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. He says only a few are willing to do the little things, but if you make enough of them, they can have a big impact too. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start.
Vamos lá. Para continuar a criação de armas, selecione um espaço em branco. Onde tem espaço em branco? Aqui. Selecione o cabo para criar.
You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He believes being considerate will help you feel at peace with yourself. He understands, but hopes you won't be needing it anytime soon. He thinks mastering the 6 weapon styles of Wang Fu is more than enough for anyone. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience.
Gendrana mala.
You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away.
Puri kumbala muma.
Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future.
Anson bara. Andro?
She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone.
Kala asana yotutupu.
That's all she's ever asked of you, that you'll try and give it your best. You can't do more than that.
Asana yotutupu. Kututuku.
You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her.
Urasa durut. Masamal. Arieloche nui mumera.
Then start by meeting her on the village square and take it from there. She knows you're a free spirit, always on the move, like the wind.
Cara, eu juro que eu tô tentando, mas tá aparecendo um monte de gente, pô.
They look determined. Better watch out.
Diorima sinsti binea up.
He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going.
Silele.
He says that it's not too late for you to turn back, though.
Uiga.
There's no way they'll let you pass.
Di feresit.
He wants to know who you think you are.
Di feresit. Ole olaga.
He says you're right. Nobody can tell him what he can and can't do, and that includes you.
Beri?
She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Brumblele marsaman wunundu. Vaseno kasaman warut.
If confidence is silent and insecurity is loud, she thinks you're absolutely right.
Inadab sunka?
The most important thing is that you're okay.
Beri?
It's time to focus on your training now.
Dere? Kanamunta.
You won't need excuses if you are strong in your conviction.
Cara, juro que eu tô tentando chegar lá, velho. Tá difícil chegar lá, velho.
Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best.
Kaku, chérie la fille.
Seeing you always puts a smile on your Popsy's face. He wants to know how you're feeling.
Gira Vabasco, Mustakbala.
He heard you helped Gizmo clean up. He's proud of you.
Witze Njavov und Lumpfaub so.
He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training.
Papa Juno Botse.
He wishes that was true for your Moomer too, but guiding the village into the future and teaching Wang Fu to her disciples seems more important for every day.
Papa Juno.
He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics.
Ah.
Vaksan mar malva cherry.
He's curious to see what you found.
Dreh. Ziehen.
He's all for renewal and has even considered making the trip out into the wilds to look for a bionucleus pool and refresh his DNA.
Ziehen. Wa, diava.
He can work wonders with pretty much anything and asks if you know how to upcycle.
Ziehen. Kuali.
Says at least dirty hands are proof that you tried, and that counts. That you failed this time doesn't mean you can't succeed the next.
La fea nuch wuksa u inda badang gale.
He says it's about time you learned how and offers to teach you, starting with the scrap you found.
Nossa, aqui é... Você vai encontrar coisas, tá? Tá.
La fea nuch kidlo.
The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you.
Bestilka.
Agrees. At least that way it'll never go out of style.
Vaksan u inda badan kamaklai.
You should take it with you, wear it to practice.
Sigaya lama yaba. Waksan nach kale segi.
He's sure your Muma will forgive you for not wearing the traditional.
Lech.
He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this.
Meu Deus, por favor, diga que... Obrigado.
Varse no casa man varut.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Varse no casa man varut.
Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be.
Kanjala no toro. A sadurutu.
She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down.
A sadurutu. Kensib.
But there's enough time left for repetition, and you need it. Training dummies don't hit back.
Ben nampusa.
That's a good attitude as long as you keep learning.
Monibasa.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
A nora kapapum.
That's all she's ever asked of you.
Ferena masalapu. Monibasa.
Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz.
Andro?
You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it.
Kamonu.
Says he's always thought so well of you, just like her.
Capture o automato. Se apertar algum botão, é o E.
Catchy.
Puri kumbala muma.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful.
Antoro.
She's happy you appreciate what others do for you.
Monibasa. Ariaroche nui mumera.
A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device.
Kalino?
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see.
Narolote.
You're lucky to have such a fine helper with you.
Mustiki muhka?
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Yo no massa man barut.
She's so happy you made the most of it. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow.
Meu
Nothing could
amigo.
stop Lupin from setting the world on fire.
Antoro. Can't see. Come on.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Bolakamu no brutna.
Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming.
Yo no massa man barut.
He wants to destroy her. The time to fight is coming whether she's ready for it or not.
Kanorota. Inadabsunka. Pend nampusa.
Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead.
Pial tu ma.
She tells you to stay back. This is her fight. It has nothing to do with you. History has finally caught up with her.
Masamal. Monibasa.
She loves how brave you are, but she can't be worrying about you while she fights. This is her fight. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present.
Tem como criar alguma coisa? Não.
You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow.
Meu amigo, o bicho tá vindo. Nossa. Tem ele.
Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity, when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory.
Nossa.
As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on.
Nossa, mano, que triste. Criar arma, cadê? Aqui, ó. É, não tem não. Eita, é um devorador.
Tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose.
Tá. Toma.
Your energy is empty.
É a lei de Dimitrescu, foi? Ah, fala dele.
Emahauriutulu Adrianko. La Zabadiabal Plarike Pritjoa.
You gave them no choice but to take it down, even though they'd planned to take the fluff hulk out to the Farfnaki leaves and let it go.
Raitesuto toi tapletsia.
They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were looking forward to meeting you.
Me kumakul.
A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercadorpus outpost and are waiting for you there.
Aju Depotano.
You should hurry there and help them best the outpost.
Petuyo tutumayo.
You complete them. From this point on, the myriad is unbroken.
Ah. Vou colocar isso aqui, né? Beleza. Bem, galerinha, é isso. Eu espero que você tenha gostado desse episódio. Foi um episódio bacana, cara. Aprendemos muita coisa do passado, né? Já temos aqui 50 minutos de vídeo. E é isso. A gente no próximo episódio vai continuar aqui, ó. Nós vamos nos encontrar com eles. Tá bom? Bem, espero que você tenha gostado. Lembre-se, se inscreva, ative o sininho, deixa o like e compartilhe.